Today, we're going to learn how to paint the Orc Abomination from Zombicide Green Horde.
That the entirety of the cosmos is accessible to each and every individual's mind, connecting to the great mind, the great spirit.
Welcome back to the channel, collectors. So, today we have for you the Orc Abomination from Zombicide Green Horde. I've been trying to nail this very cool looking aesthetic where they are in a very cool environment, and I'm gonna just experiment and show you guys how I'm gonna do it with the Orc Abomination today. So if you're ready, let us begin. Alright, welcome back to yet another 90-minute painting challenge. Today we'll be painting the Orc Abomination from Zombicide Green Horde. So to begin with, I'm starting with a base coat. So this base coat is red oxide mixed in with Chimera Violet. Okay. So this base color is supposed to be warm so that it will contrast the cool environment, which will be shown later. So if you guys have been watching my videos, I've been really trying to nail this cool environment aesthetic, and I'm trying to replicate it onto the miniatures as best as I can. So this is some of the tips that I've been gathering from some of the painters around. Base coating the entire miniature in a warm purple color and drying it up. So now I'm mixing the skin tone and gradually adding olive green into the mix, and gradually adding a bit of Drew Sonia flesh tone. Olive green is from Drew Sonia also. Then eventually adding more ivory and more fluorescent blue into it. So you guys, if you guys have been following, I've been really having fun with the fluorescent colors. The fluorescent colors were lent to me by one of my friends. So guys, if you are watching this, thank you. Okay, so now just plonking on the first layers. So as you guys can see, the first layers are always really messy. You just need to make sure that the shapes are correct before moving on. And right now, with a subsequent layer, I'm just only starting to look into the individual shapes. Before that, I was just looking into volumes, and yeah. So this was one of my first 90-minute challenges where I was trying to nail the cool environment aesthetic. So I needed to paint the entire miniature together at the same stage to make sure that the entire miniature is coherent. Okay, in the later videos which I paint, I was a little bit more experienced and more adventurous with my colors, and I just didn't need to paint the entire miniature as a whole already. Okay, however, right now at this stage, I recommend that you give this a try, but then also paint the entire miniature as a whole so that you can decide if any of the components have values which are incoherent to the rest, and so that you can adjust accordingly. Okay, so at this stage I'm gradually progressing. As you can see right now, I'm placing more emphasis on the form and shapes of the muscles. right now the muscles are still sort of in a warmish tone. It's gonna be quite warm in relation to the highlights, which is ideal for this use. So right now I'm painting in the non-metallic areas. So I'm using this steel looking color. The color I'm using is Vallejo Fuel Blue. And I'm also painting in the skulls. As you guys can see right now, the miniature is not so readable yet. And you can improve the readability by eventually improving the definition of the entire miniature. Okay, I'm starting to place in some highlights right now. So these highlights are getting to be a bit more blue tinted. Also, if you guys are curious, I am going to talk about my blending technique right here. So my blending technique has developed over some time. So over this past month I've been trying, and I find that this is the most effective blending technique that I've tried out. So it involves pre-mixing all the colors and going back to the previous colors to do a wet blend. I find it super useful, and I hope that you guys give this a try and let me know what you think of it. So as you guys can see, I'm very selectively placing in the blue highlights on the top right now. Right now I also think that the blue highlights are a little bit too much, so I'm just toning it back down with a little bit of olive green. So I'm using a really beat up brush. So this beat up brush allows me to create textures like this, and I find it useful also. So if you have expensive brushes like say for example Da Vinci or Winsor & Newton, I don't recommend that you throw them away even if they lose their tips. If they lose their tips, you can always keep them and use them for texturing like this. So as you guys can see, the blue environmental light is showing through on the miniature already. However, the rest of the miniature needs to be coherent also, such as the steel armor, so that it makes the entire effect look more convincing. So I'm going to start placing highlights on the NMM steel. And these highlights make it a lot more readable. In retrospective, I feel that the highlights on this Orc Abomination is a little bit too much for the blue. Could have been a little bit more selective, which I've improved in my subsequent miniatures. So as per normal, I'm going to be placing in the orange highlights from the bottom left. So this initial orange highlight was made using Chimera Orange and Raw Umber. So it's very important to nail this cool aesthetic, that you have a warm color underneath to contrast against the cool, so that you can show that there is some contrast. So for the Orc Abomination, I'm giving him some purple robes. Which I will also be giving this cool environment treatment to. So you don't want to forget little details such as the tongue and the teeth to make the entire miniature just a little bit more readable. So finishing off this miniature, as you guys can see, this is the result of that cool environment aesthetic which I'm trying to nail. Down to the final few seconds or the last 2 minutes. And this is the result. So I hope you found this video useful, and I hope you just give this a try. Tag me on Instagram or Facebook and we can have a chat. What do you think of this, collectors? Let me know in the comments below. I really like this cool looking aesthetic because it gives the viewer a very clear observation that this is a monster in a very cool environment, and it's something that I'm really experimenting on. I've been doing this for some time now, and in subsequent videos you guys will see the results getting better and better. Alright, so if you think the video is great, just leave me a subscribe, give me a like, comment and all the other stuff. You guys know the drill. Also, if you can afford it, head on to our Patreon and become a Patreon today. Patrons get extended play footage for all my videos and in-depth tutorials to many of my videos. Alright, I hope to see you guys in the next video. See you!